It was all for every time I went to your house.
Last time you were here was last year.
But it don't matter. But every single time I went to your house, you had dirty dishes, nigga.
During the week, right?
In the morning, who leaves dirty dishes in the sink overnight? Who?
When I had school and I was staying up until God knows when to study.
Dude, I did the exact same thing and I still got my dishes washed.
That's cool. You live with your brother. I live by myself.
You trifling, nigga.
You trifling nerd.
Trifling nerd is not even a word.
You jive. Alright. How about that?
Let's get to our big meat of the story. This week has been a pretty big week for Naughty Dog, both good and horrible. We'll get with the horrible first.
Got that right.
So earlier this week, guys.
Until they say we're bringing back Sly Cooper, I don't really care, but yeah, okay.
Earlier this week, guys.
I want Sly for the Switch.
Can I finish, nigga?
Yeah.
Anyways, earlier this week, the scripts from Last of Us 2, the entire story and everything was leaked onto the internet. And this was so bad on Naughty Dog's part. So much.
Guess who looked through the leaks and everything?
Who?
Me.
You did?
Well, I don't know because I looked at it on Reddit, so I could be wrong or right. Some things I did.
Okay. Well, don't say anything.
No, why not? I don't care. Look, if I want to be spoiled, I will be spoiled.
Whoa.
They're out of here.
Guys,
Get
guys,
out of
calm
here.
down.
Get out.
I didn't even say anything. I just
You
said
talking about muting people? Mute her.
So I just said I looked at it via Reddit. A little bit on something awful.
Anyway, so and unfortunately, because of this, originally because when we talked about Last of Us 2 a couple of weeks ago, and they said that the game was going to be delayed indefinitely. Well, due to the leak, Naughty Dog and Sony has announced that The Last of Us Part 2 will be arriving next month, June the 19th.
That little mistake they did, that's what happened.
Exactly.
Mistake, quote unquote.
But no, this gets a little dirty. I will say that right now. Before we get into that meat, before we dig into that part, I want to get everyone's reaction, guys. So the game is coming out June 19th. Does anyone have any thoughts? I'm gonna let Exile Oreo go first since you played Spider-Man. Oh yeah, you played Last of Us. Go ahead. What's up?
I'm just glad we're not gonna be in quarantine no more. I hope we're in quarantine because my girlfriend's birthday is the day before. Oh, happy birthday! All right, bye. Don't talk to me. I'm playing Last of Us.
Okay, cool.
You thought it was bad when Call of Duty came out? No.
Alright, BOS, what about you, girl? Thoughts?
Oh my god, I don't know. First of all, I mean, as many of you don't know, I don't have a PS4 because I'm not touching any games until I get the PS5. I watched the gameplays of the first Last of Us, so I'm really looking forward to seeing about what is to behold of The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, we've been waiting a long time for that. And for Ellie's return.
Alright then. I'm gonna let Daggerboy I'm gonna unmute him. Daggerboy, thoughts?
I made myself, dude.
Good.
So I am really excited. It is actually I've been waiting since 2010 or 11 this came out. Last of Us is one of the fewest franchises. It's actually very underrated that I love dearly. It's a great I really am excited because the thing is, it's one of the few games where you actually tell a great story. That's like perfection, a 10 out of 10, like everything. So yeah, I am very excited for this game to come out. Did they wait a little too long? Yes, they did. I mean, this could have came out by again. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not a letdown because they would wait this long, but let's see what happens. And the good news is we play as Ellie more, so.
All right then. Pablo, do you have any thoughts? I know you don't have a PS4, so, but do you have any thoughts about the game now being released on the 19th before we get into what happened?
Let's see. I was intrigued by the original game in that it kind of reminded me of The Road by Cormac McCarthy, except the big difference is the characters actually have names. And I've seen a lot of gameplay footage of it, mostly because my friend had a PS4 and I'd come to his place and he'd play the game while I'm over. So I have like a lot of understanding of what the game's about, and it's a pretty good game. But I'm worried about what's gonna happen with The Last of Us 2, considering some of the plethora of controversies that we're gonna go into.
All right then. So now let's get into
Really quick, would it
Yeah,
be
how come
like
you
a
didn't give me my opinion?
Because you don't have PS4, Jen.
Yeah, but I saw
Hey.
the leak. I played that game.
We're
Yes,
not
you
I
gonna.
played
saw
it.
the leaks
You
already.
played it?
I-
Okay,
look,
okay,
if I want to spoil myself, I will spoil myself. So if I were you, get off of Reddit and something awful, because there's a lot of spoilers of
Excuse
The
the
Last
hell out
of
of
Us
me.
2
nigga.
already
Okay,
there.
Excuse me.
Obviously.
Okay, fine, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your thought?
Yeah, I
That
think
they
it's
changed
good.
it,
The
Jen.
storyline's good. I don't know. I can't say much because you guys won't let me. So I already spoiled myself.
Because
so.
there's spoilers. Duh.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You know spoilers already.
You know too much.
Yeah, because I went
You
on
know
Reddit.
too much. You know too.
Yeah, I went on Reddit. Why not? And something awful. And yeah, but I don't know, because like I don't know, like I don't want to say much, but like some of the Naughty Dog workers are on Reddit exposing them pretty hard right now. I don't know if you know that.
Confirm this. Is Ellie very playable?
Don't freaking know.
Is
I'm
she
not
very
gonna say
playable?
anything.
No, it's not
I'm just
spoiling.
not gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay.
Really
Just
quick.
that. There you go. I'm gonna move
would
myself
this be
now. I'm gonna
considered
mute myself now. Bye bye. See you guys.
Would this be a premature release? Like, is it like a completed game, or did they like?
That's my concern,
I
though.
wouldn't even know.
No, honestly,
if it's not completed, DLC.
no. This is my concern.
Look at via Reddit.
No, I mean this is the thing. Wait, when did they announce it was supposed to come out this year, right?
It was supposed to come out this month.
But
they
then
waited-
they're like, sorry.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this month.
But then
And also Cyberpunk along with it too.
Cyberpunk was supposed to come out last month, but they
No,
pushed it back to September.
Cyberpunk.
It was on April for Cyberpunk.
No, but thing is, so I heard from a friend of mine. He actually knows people who work for CK Project Red. They said like they did finish it, but they felt it needed more polishing. So that's why So it's technically done, but they want more polishing.
Oh then.
Yeah, it's already done game. It's a finished game. It's just they needed more polishing. So basically, polish the graphics and make it more and the gameplay too.
All right then. So
Last
now,
of Us, I'm kind of worried though because I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens.
let's get to the troubling part of The Last of Us being leaked, and now the game comes out next month. This comes from Polygon. Sony says it knows who leaked The Last of Us Part 2. So and from what they're saying, and this comes from Polygon, as much as I don't like Polygon, I can trust. In April, Naughty Dog, and I'm reading this, in April, Naughty Dog suffered an enormous leak that, among others, seemed to spoil the ending of The Last of Us Part 2. One of the lead rumors at the time was that the source of the leak was a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee, but Sony has officially squashed that unfounded myth now. Okay, cool. So now we know that Naughty Dog is not under the bus. A Sony representative tells Polygon that it has identified the leakers and that although the company can't share additional details at this time, it has determined that the source of the leak had no affiliation with either Naughty Dog or the studio's parent company, Sony Interactive Entertainment.
damn.
SIE has identified and this comes from them. SIE has identified the primary individuals responsible for the unauthorized release of The Last of Us 2 as assets. They are not affiliated with Naughty Dog or SIE. We were unable to comment further because the information is subject to an ongoing investigation. We're looking forward to when The Last of Us Part 2 will be in your hands and can't wait for you to enjoy the full experience on June 19th. The leak, which appeared on YouTube before spreading to the other social media sites, including a level list and footage that appeared to be from an internal build. Between that and knowledge of the studio's history with crunch, many believe that the leak was likely a retaliation to Naughty Dog, though there was no actual evidence that supported this idea. So we're cleaning it up right now. No one at Naughty Dog was responsible for the leak. Someone else was.
Wow.
I don't think it
Someone
was a
really wanted the
hacker,
game
maybe.
to come out.
Huh?
I don't think it might have been a hacker. I mean, if you put it that way, since you don't know who might have been that might have leaked that footage. This is not the first time that Sony actually got betrayed, right? Even in the film industry had a hacker, so now the game industry.
Yeah, like Spider-Man gang. That's why they went to Marvel.
or last the
Don't
week
get me
before.
started with that.
Or the week before when, what do you call it? Someone was saying, oh, Spider-Man 2 is going to be Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to be a launch title on PS5. I'm like, get out of here with that.
It is. Could be PS5 launch.
Alright. And then we have...
I'm getting my hands on that game.
From this article saying, beyond anecdotal and off-the-record stories about her videos being used at game studios, Sarkeesian confirms that Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann and Arcane's Harvey Smith have spoken about the insights they have gleaned from feminist frequency videos and used their later games. In Arcane's case, Dishonored 1 was awful to women, like in every way, so bad. Sarkeesian says, while I love the game, I was very vocal about how bad that was, and so were many other people. Arcane heard that they were like, damn, we fucked up, and they fixed it in the future Dishonored games. And the Last of Us expansion pack Left Behind pops up on Pettit's new series, and positive examples, three-dimensional representation of queer relationships with an action video game. Now, my issue, look, I'm not gonna pretend like we need good representation, like we don't need good representation of good female and or queer characters, because yeah, we do. But the thing is, I'm not going to take that kind of criticism from Anita Sarkeesian of all people, because she has proven time and time again that she doesn't have any intellectual honesty, most notably, especially in the case of her feminist frequency videos. For those of you who don't know, she took like over $600,000 from fundraiser websites to make 12 episodes of feminist frequency, and thus far and this was like several years ago, and thus far she has only ever made 3 videos out of those, while also trying to make additional fundraisers for like other things. And it's like, so basically she just takes money from people and doesn't give back in terms of the projects that money was supposed to go for. And in many games that she has criticized, she's proven that she has clearly shown that she has never actually played the games that she's criticized. One particular case was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where she makes a claim, something along the lines of, while I am a fan of the new graphics in Breath of the Wild, I'm not a fan of how Zelda is still relegated to the role of a damsel in distress, because it is an arcane trope. And I take issue with that claim, because if you actually played the game, you know that Zelda at no point in that game is a damsel in distress. In fact, she's holding Ganon not hostage, but she's restraining him using a sealing spell, while she's biding time, Link has to go on a mission to find 4 legendary warriors in order to save Hyrule from the return of Ganon. I wouldn't call this damsel in distress. Other instances involve Metal Gear Solid, Hitman, Bayonetta, and like she clearly shows that she hasn't played those games because her comments about those games have no accuracy to anything that has been done in those games, and she is against anyone like commenting back, like even respectful criticism, like Anita, I apologize, but that what you said at such and such point isn't true, because such and such seen it at certain game, because her comments are always turned off. She always blocks people on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So you can't have a proper like argument against her. And she's always quick to say that everything is sexist, racist, homophobic, and you got to call it all out. And while she had no direct involvement in Last of Us 2, the people that Druckmann did base his writing off of her criticism, which does raise red flags on how certain characters will be handled.
Is she Armenian?
Probably. I mean, her last name.
I don't mean that in a mean way, but I'm saying it's just like, I feel so bad because she's different from. Not saying that all Armenians like this, but like I could understand where she's coming from in terms of feminism, but just sucks that she's as she is. She's really
She doesn't know what she's talking
controversial and
about,
whatnot.
essentially.
I know, it's just that I see a lot of like women of color. Never mind, it's okay.
My thing is, if you're telling me that there's like more games need more representation for women, I'm like, what about all these characters? Ellie from Last of Us, a freaking Jill from the RE3 remake, and a bunch of these other female characters that have proven that you don't need a guy. You can easily have a strong female character of their own stature and their own personality, and yet they're
You know what?
they're
It's
too
good
sexy.
because it's like subtlety
hell outta
too.
here.
What's
Yeah,
good about
exactly,
those female
subtlety.
representations is they have subtlety. They're not like I'm a girl. It's more like it's done in a subtle way, and I like it that way. We don't need to, what's that word? Boast it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we're playing Dead or Alive 5 or 6. Like,
Wow.
don't get me wrong, Dead or Alive 5 and 6 are great, but we're talking about like American-made games and stuff like that, not Japanese games. Japanese games are a whole nother level.